Previously, several members of Nothrum noticed that Zallar seemed a bit out of sorts after their return from the Crucible. Aerith quizzed him on it, and after some deflection, for the first time Zallar talked about his past even a little. It was clear that he was feeling off about going down so easily during his fight. Sarah slipped away to take up an offer of stress relief that she couldn't refuse, while Arian tried to prove to everyone that he couldn't possibly stab someone by stabbing Zallar and rolling a nat 20. The next morning, Iridian awoke to an empty bed, and 2 letters left on the side table explained that Shema had slipped away in the middle of the night to return to Marquette. She was leaving Nothrum. Cal told the group a bit more about Ember, explaining that she had many enemies, including a fair number of necromancers. They also told them that no one is entirely certain where Ember's Aasimar heritage came from. It could be from Vax's human side, as his mother's background is mostly a mystery, or it could be because he was a revenant at the time she was conceived. The subject of the Drow enclave near Lyrangorn that the group dealt with previously came up, and they realized that they never actually asked Zero who it was that hired him. A few rambling messages via sending revealed that it was the Meat Man who did, implying that Vox Machina might have been aware that the cult was studying the prophecy. Valora arrived in Vasselheim later that morning, explaining that the Derolos and various other family members of Vox Machina had been warned and were safe. Various state leaders had also been notified and were preparing for the worst. She offered to send her agents to protect Nothrum's families and loved ones, and most of them took her up on the offer. Everyone agreed, though, that Aerith's parents could burn for all they cared. Cal told them about a secret cache of the Kolbat Soul, where information about darker topics could be found, and the group realized that not only did they need to go to the Underdark, but that the DM wasn't going to let Zallar hide from his backstory any longer. At which point Zallar explained that he might possibly have been exiled and wasn't allowed in the Underdark. Aerith realized that the black feathers she's been finding, as well as the note that appeared in her pocket, were not from the Raven Queen as she had been thinking. They were instead from Vax'ildan. She returned to the Temple of the Raven Queen to attempt to talk to him, and after taking a nice bath in blood, she did. Meanwhile, Arian and Iridian bonded over their plans to force Zallar to emotionally connect with Nothrum whether he wanted to or not. Before leaving Vasselheim, Gwei shared birthday cake with everyone. Some food may also have been thrown. Then Valora, Poppy, and Sid headed off on their own, while Nothrum teleported to Western with Cal. And that's where we left off.